Should you dump yield max for Grayscale now? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, a lot of people on Discord is expecting alt season to start within a week to 3 weeks. And most of the people that have invested into yield max is at a loss or break even or maybe 10%, right? Ahead, depending on where you bought in on these yield max funds. A lot of people say that they like yield max because they're all about income. But if you think about it, alt season will only run for the next month to perhaps 2 months. So all you have to do is just sacrifice the amount of money that you put into yield max, put into Grayscale, make profit, and now you can put back the same amount of money into yield max and everything's good, right? Because one, it can make up for capital loss, okay? And two, crypto can double or even 10x the amount of money that you make, right? So I'm just going to use an example of 2x. So after you have 2x, you can put half of that back into yield max and you're playing with house money. So let's give an example of how we can 2x from BCHG and LTCN, right? So in order for us to 2x LTCN and BCHG, we need about $200 million. Because $200 million can move the market cap to 400 million. So just imagine if all of the investors just in one day decide to put 200 million into this, right? You know, maybe there's 1,000 investors out there, and that 1,000 investors out there is willing to put $20,000 each, right? So that should be about 200 million. I mean, my math can be off, but I'm just using it as an example. So this is not financial advice, but it is just some numbers for you to look at to see the potential and the possibilities of LTCN and BCHG being able to double within just like a day or two, right? So the goal is, imagine if people pull out from their yield max funds like 10 to 20 grand, and then we have like 1,000 people just put into BCHG and LTCN in one day, then you know that the shorts will not be able to cover that amount. And when you see BCHG and LTCN jump like $5 a day, then the next day they might have trimmers. And then you could be one of those trimmers, and then you can just sell ahead of time because you have already doubled your profit. But some people, when they see like LTCN and BCHG like go up like $5 a day, let's say for like 2 days in a row, then they're gonna think, okay, this is alt season, and they're gonna wait till like the Fed cut news, and then once the Fed gives us the rate cut news, next thing you know, people are gonna see LTCN and BCHG, and they're gonna put more money into it. So it gets the ball rolling. So what we really need for Grayscale Trust is to get the ball rolling. And in order to do that, a large chunk of money is in yield max, right? And if anything, if it doesn't go up as high as you expect, but you putting in money in there, it should still go up a little bit. So you would still make out with, you know, break even or 10 or 20% more than what you put in, right? Because the initial rush of the pump, people are going to trim, but more people are going to buy in. So you just have to beat out the people that are trying to trim. And lately, there's only been a volume of like 200,000 volume. And 200,000 volume for LTCN, it basically means that people are only trading 2 million, right? And then like 200,000 volume for BCHG, that means people are probably only trading $1 million, right? So just imagine if you can pump like 20 million in a day for 5 consecutive days, what's going to happen? People are going to see it, going up gradually, and then they'll make it grow up exponentially, and that's when, the ball gets rolling, right? Because in order for us to have a fire, there needs to be a spark, and I feel like a strong spark can start out from the investors of yield max. So I'm just saying this is just a suggestion. It's not financial advice, but if you take a look, right now, the market cap for LTCN and BCHG is under 200 million. So imagine if we can put 200 million more in there and pump it up to about 400 million, then what would the price of LTCN be? The price of LTCN would be about $17.39. And that is almost twice the price of what it is now, because right now it is about 950, right? Or maybe more. So double 950 would be $19, right? So 17.39 is not too off from $9. And then for BCHG, 400 million can equal to about almost $9. And right now, BCHG is approximately $4.20 or something like that. So if you double $4.20, it's like $8.40. So basically, BCHG would double, right? And that's when you can start trimming off, and then you can put like your profit that you've made and put it back into yield max. So now you're still back at where you were, but you're playing with house money right now, right? Because you have, half of it into yield max and the other half is probably still into Grayscale, or you can completely sell out, and then now you will make back the money that maybe you've lost from NAV erosion from yield max. So yeah, this is something that I thought of that I thought would be like quite interesting. So maybe you can show this video to people that are holding yield max, and they might take a look at this, and next thing you know, they'll be interested and they will buy in. I'm saying this is a great opportunity because the Fed cut is coming pretty soon, so we don't know what's going to happen, right? And October is going to go up, so that's why you might just want to sell the yield max and then just wait and see how it all turns out. Because right now I feel like the LTCN and the BCHG price is still relatively, actually is very cheap compared to the potential that it can go up to. So what you can start doing is maybe just buy some, and then if it drops lower, then you DCA, because eventually in October and November, everyone's expecting everything to go up, right? And then alt season. So it's just a good preparation, and you can tell the yield max people this is what's going to happen, and hopefully my video can encourage them to just take a leap, right? A leap of faith, and all of us can benefit from this spark that can turn into a fire. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoy your day, and yeah, it's almost time.